Two terror attacks struck U.S. in New Orleans and Las Vegas on New Year's Day. In both the cases, the attackers shared strange similarities. They happened to be former U.S. Army personnel and reportedly served at the same military base. Although the FBI says that there appears to be no link between the suspects, the military backgrounds, and the forces into a tizzy at this point of time. The New Orleans attack suspect, who was shot dead at the scene, has been identified as Shamsuddin Jabbar, a 42-year-old Texan who once served in Afghanistan. The FBI says Jabbar expressed support for the Islamic State. In fact, an ISIS flag, weapons and potential IEDs have been recovered from his Ford electric truck after the attack in New Orleans. U.S. officials say Jabbar had posted a video before the attack expressing intentions to kill people. Investigators are digging into Jabbar's online presence to unearth his connections and a possible motive as well. Jabbar served in the U.S. Army as a human resource specialist and an IT specialist from 2007 until 2015. He also served as an IT specialist in the Army Reserve from 2015 until July 2020. Jabbar also served in Afghanistan from 2009 to 2010. In the past, Jabbar was convicted on theft charges, driving with a suspended license, and other misdemeanors. He was reportedly married twice and filed for divorce in 2020. Well, moving on to the Cybertruck explosion suspect, which has been identified as Special Forces veteran Matthew Levelsberger. He blew himself up inside a Tesla Cybertruck in front of a gate of the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. The suspect sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head before the explosives detonated in the vehicle. A handgun was found at his feet. Matthew was assigned to the Army Special Operations Command and was on approved leave at the time of his death. He had been awarded a Bronze Star and an Army Commendation for Valor, along with a Combat Infantryman badge, besides completing 5 combat deployments to Afghanistan.
But I would like to highlight a couple of things that the teams found inside of the Cybertruck that are useful to the investigation. And that, first and foremost, is a military identification. We also found a passport. We found a Desert Eagle 50 caliber semi-automatic pistol. And if you'll notice on a lot of these guns that we're going to talk about here, they're almost just burnt beyond recognition as well.
Experts believe the military backgrounds of the suspects had increased the effectiveness of the attacks given their training in the use of methods of causing destruction.
This is something that is shocking because it's a suicide bombing, but less so because someone is involved from the military. There is another bit of information that's been circulating on the internet that I'll just note, but frankly, maybe false or overstated, which is that the two individuals at a certain point served at the same military base. And, you know, whether, first of all, these military bases are huge, and it's not shocking that two people in the military would at times be in, you know, certain degrees of separation closer to each other than people outside the military. But that's at least something investigators will be looking at very closely.
On the other hand, a Pennsylvania man who served in U.S. Army has been indicted by a grand jury on charges of attempting to support Lebanon's Hezbollah. 24-year-old Jack Daniel Molloy was formerly enlisted as an active duty soldier in the U.S. Army from mid-March till late April in 2019. He has been accused of making false statements to the FBI. He had expressed willingness to join Hezbollah in the past and had allegedly promoted hatred and violence against the Jews.